Hello, it's me. Um, just finished another amazing day here on planet Earth, and I want to respond to all the things from the last video. And I've been thinking of all these ways to do it. If I was gonna write it down or and I keep getting new comments even just a few hours ago. So I'm just gonna go through the comments here. This might be a long video, but if you want to find your answer, you just gotta wait, and you'll probably find answers within all of them. So I'm just gonna start from the very first comment and go. So this one's from Farad617, who says, college is a struggle, and it stresses me out because they feel like they can't get ahead in life because they struggle with school, and they feel like after getting their associate's degree, they couldn't continue with education because they just can't handle it. Well, I understand how that could be very disempowering. I didn't even graduate high school. That's how much I was so not interested in schooling. But the reason that I'm still successful in doing the things I'm doing now is because I actually took the time to educate myself on what I was actually interested in. So I guarantee that if you take some time every single day to just teach yourself something you're actually passionate about, it's going to start counterbalancing all the stress or disempowering feelings you're getting from your regular education. And just know that you don't need that degree necessarily to do what you're passionate about. It depends what it is. But start figuring that out, what it is you're passionate about, and then you can just start learning that regardless of if you're doing it through schooling. And then when you finally, if you get your passionate job because you've educated yourself enough to get there, then it doesn't matter if you have a degree or anything because you're doing what you want to do with your life. Hence why I never finished high school, and I'm not ever taking any college classes or anything because I've taught myself enough to get myself to the point where I'm doing all the things I want to do to be happy for the rest of my life and make a good income and thrive. Okay, next one. They just moved. Oh, this is D3XT3R3LLA. They just moved to a new city. After working for the same retail job for 2 years and feeling the need to look for new work, and it's disempowering and spontaneous and magically adventurous. Awesome words. It's a beautiful opportunity to deconstruct, reconstruct, and expand, but it's hard to feel like you want a job when all the places that are available basically aren't, really aren't nurturing and empowering to your soul. Well, if it came down to it, if you needed to just get a job to get a job so you can feed yourself, so you can spend the energy when you're not working to, again, find what it is you're truly passionate about, then it's totally worth it, right? I mean, that's the whole point. I had to do that too. I worked at a bunch of crappy jobs that I hated, but they paid rent and they kept my cell phone on and they kept me paying for internet so I can continue to make videos, and it's just worth it. So being empowered enough to remind yourself to be empowered, reminding yourself that you're doing exactly what it takes to get to where you need to go. Sorry, I feel like I'm making these answers kind of shorter than I actually want them to be, so this video isn't really, really long, but I hope this helps. There's also a couple places you'd like to work, and you might take an hour to get you on the bus, but it's a good way of dedication, and it sure is. That's a good thing. Oh yeah, I was thinking right when first time I saw that comment, if it takes you an hour on the bus to get to a job that you're actually passionate about, for one, totally worth it because you're doing a job you're actually passionate about. And two, that's 2 hours of traveling on a bus. If you designed what you did in that time, whether you wrote in a journal or read a book, and that's 2 hours that you have to design because it's slotted into your schedule anyways. I love opportunities like that. I would basically take that hour ride there and back to either read books or write in my journal or, watch YouTube videos on my phone or something. Things like that. So that's awesome. Do that. Okay, monkey. On the contrary, you can at a university you can live super lazily, and you feel free to have space and time to think and just be. And in a month you have to go live with your family, but you feel a bit stuck there because it's outside of a village and you don't have a car, so your parents would have to take you places. Well, and you're afraid of getting a job because of your last job. If you're afraid of getting a job because of your last job interview, you just got to drop that. Like, just drop it. I know that might be hard, and either that you're not getting a job or what. Oh, and at the end you say, you can. Boom, good. You got this. Here's the thing. If you're not too stoked about being like secluded at your parents' house, again, design. Like, what do you want? What can you do there? Do you have internet there? Have your parents take you into town once and go to a library and get a bunch of books and just start training. How about, what if you made this staying with your family an opportunity to be like a retreat and take the time to like start a really awesome workout routine and eat the best food available and form a better relationship with your family. Like, take this time to design what's the best way to fully utilize this experience. And then that's empowering to know, for one, that it's completely up to you for it to be designed exactly to the best way you can possibly do it. Awesome. Next page. Linosaurus Rex, you feel disempowered by your anxiety and the need for constant validation from others. I used to have terrible anxiety, really, really bad anxiety, to the point where I would throw up and like crap my pants because of like how like much my stomach and my core was just like. For one, you don't need validation from others. It seems like you need validation from others. How often do you validate yourself? And there's something very interesting quote that I kind of made up with somebody that's always been so empowering for me, which is the fact that in life, you're not qualified as a person by your worthiness, by being worthy of things, based upon your track record or who you might be to people. Wait, I totally just lost my... I love how my brain's working in 10 different ways. Okay. Anyways, yeah, you're not validated as like a full member of life by how worthy you could be. It's by how willing you can be. So instead of looking for validation from others, I'd love for you to write a list of 10 things that you're willing to do. 10 things you're willing to learn about, 10 things you're willing to practice, 10 things you're willing to do. You're qualified in life by your willingness, not by your worthiness. Okay? Because your willingness defines like how worthy you feel to yourself. And as long as you're willing to be the best you can be and accept the fact that that takes time and practice, then you're technically doing the best you could possibly be doing the moment you accept that. So make that list, find me on Facebook and send it to me, and I'd love to talk to you about it. I think that's really exciting because anxiety is a big one. I used to have really, really bad anxiety, and I really want to help people with that. And I'll let you know the only way I got over it was really just being willing to do what it takes to get over it. And that includes learning a lot about how my mind works and how my thoughts work and patterns and cycles. And I'm conditioned really to think a certain way. So I started to recondition myself. And I started really changing the way I approach social situations and the way I respond to social situations, which made the anxiety go away. Because really, the feeling in my gut was only there because I was believing the thoughts. Okay. Fig trees. I love you, fig trees. I know who you are. The most important thing in your life right now is your parents' disapproval for your lifestyle changes. Them assuming where your path will lead me. I think we can all relate to that a little bit. The best thing that you can do is really find the little ways to show them where and how it is showing up for you. Be like, look what I learned today, or look at this thing, or because deep down, they just don't want you to make any sort of mess ups that they might have made in their life. So the more you can continually show them ways in which this new lifestyle is really showing up for you and really expressing to them like how freaking happy you are, and then putting some extra effort into like finding a good job out of it, or a good whoop. The thing's backwards, and I was just trying to move my hair out of my eyes, and I put it the other way. Okay, yeah, just finding ways in which that's really showing up for you, and showing them just how really, because parents are parents. They're older, they're smart, they're rational. So when you can really just show them physical, like old paradigm ways in which, hey, look how this is making me money, or how this is making me healthier, or just how happy this is making me, new friends I'm making, things like that. And to know that this is your path. It's not their path. And there's this thing I've been learning too about taking family personally. We're all family. We're all humans here. And when you go back in different ways, a lot of us are related to others in different ways that you don't maybe treat like family. We're all family. You know, like I have cousins that I never talk to. So technically I treat them just like my neighbor across the way who I never talk to as well. And I could form a closer relationship with that neighbor than I could with my cousin. So it doesn't matter what blood you have. So screw the whole concept of what your parents are in your life, and just treat them as people, as friends, as humans, as part of your tribe, and be on your path. And the whole like being defensive or thing like that, you just gotta just practice and just know that they really do love you. They're your freaking parents, you know? Stupid human matrix, you lost motivation, direction today, started out productive, made some cookies, yummy, you delivered them, and then went home and vegged out instead of going back and collective and conspiring and making change and positivity. You feel like you can never do enough. Okay, well, you made freaking cookies. That's amazing. Make a list of all the things that you do. It's okay if you made those cookies and you came home. One of the biggest tools to this whole life path and like trying to do the best you can do is when you catch yourself doing those things it turns out you actually didn't really want to do, like vegging out. Just forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself. And the moment you're aware of that whole concept of that, the fact that you did something you didn't actually want to do, when you look back on it, do something right then to prove to yourself that you really can do and are willing to do what you want to do. Sit up straighter. Take some deep breaths. Stretch. Drink some water. Go outside. Whatever. Just, it's all those times that you can catch yourself in your brain. Be like, oh, wow, I vegged out. Gosh, I didn't want to do that. And then you catch yourself and go, boom, right now, I'm realizing what I want and what I don't want. That's empowering. You understanding the fact that you didn't actually want to veg out and you would have rather gone and socialized and created more positivity and change is you learning what you don't want. That's empowering. When you realize things that you don't want, just keep it, hold it, be like, boom, this is what I don't want. I don't like this. And then do what you do want. And all right, I'm almost at 15 minutes. Anxiety, thinking the worst is going to happen, negative thoughts and judging people. Every time you think a negative thought, just literally think of better and better versions of that same thing. Just do it, because it's just a thought of something that hasn't happened yet, that might happen, and it's up to you. And then also accepting the fact that whatever is going to happen the way it's going to happen. You could walk out into your day and anything could happen, and it's up to you to choose how you want to respond to things, how you approach things. You know, let's say you're going to work and you're thinking all these things about what might happen at work with your blah, 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 blah. Well, it's up to you to decide your approach. How are you going to walk into work? How are you going to have yourself set up to be ready for all of it? And then already understanding how you might respond to things when they do happen that way. Our brains work fast enough to conceptualize and put all these things together before we even get there. So I hope that helps. And maybe some of those other answers might help too. Poe Will, feel this power when I give my energy to create pieces of art, but results of people recognizing your efforts. All right, you make art, that's awesome. If you love it, then you love it, and you're just going to share it, and you're going to do it, and just do it. And the fact that at the end of that comment, you actually told everyone to go check out your art, that's great. Shameless self-promotion. If you really love what you're doing, you're going to do it. I promote myself all the time because I love what I do, and other people love what I do, and I just want to keep sharing it. 30 seconds left. The indigo blossom my field is empowered because my brace costs a whole lot of money. My dad's telling me that I can't afford it any longer, and I can't afford any clothes, which I really need. Okay. I'm just going to have to make another video. Okay, this is going to be part 1 for being empowered. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. This is really fun.